My name is Freddie, and I am a candidate for my promotion. After reflecting on my discipline report, attendance record, capital gains money, and reading in the sixth grade, I know that I will continue to be successful in the seventh grade. This cover letter summarizes my work this year. I will believe that I am ready for my promotion, and the contents of this portfolio support this belief. In your evaluation of my work, you will find that I possess positive habits, I think critically, and I am articulate, communicated in two languages. The purpose of my portfolio is to inform you about the work I have completed this year. I will discuss 4 projects that I've worked on in order to demonstrate my learning and accomplishments. The first project I will discuss is my positive habits essay. Second is my dream house. When I complete it in my math class. Third, I will discuss my science fair project. The topic of my science project is, does germination affect the rate of seeds? And lastly, I will discuss an informative essay I wrote in English. I discuss Senate Bill 1070, the newly passed bill in Arizona. My projects demonstrate my hard work this year. The knowledge and skills I have supported me next year. I am looking forward to the 7th grade and having new experiences. I look forward to learning new things about mathematics and reading, and letting people know my future plans. Thank you for your consideration. Sincerely, for the Good morning. My name is Freddie Harris, and I am a 6th grade student. Thank you for letting me present my work to you. Topic sentence. Today I will be presenting an essay on my positive habits essay outline. My work outlines my experience this year in regards to my attendance, behavior, and goals I set. Attendance. My attendance this year was kind of messed up because of lateness, because I didn't pay attention to the time at all. My goal next year is to be on time at 7:45. I learned that being on time is getting to class, because you need to get prepared to write in the real world. Being on time is getting a big honor to something before anyone else. Behavior. My behavior was a chance for me to get a right thought. I chose to be good because I want to be successful, because I need my education to pass and go to college. As a result, I succeeded at Lincoln Check because I'm passing. Next year, I needed to bring more materials and be ready on time and don't face consequences. Because when you're late, sometimes it causes problems. And definitely, I'm proud because of the person I represent at school. At school, I am being responsible for my actions and words. Reading goals. This year, I read 11 chapter books. Next year, my goal is 27 books. I learned how reading by sounding the words out. My favorite author has been Blue for a Hot series, because the book Bully teaches you a lesson you can get into without your education. I would like to read more about Blooded Sticker because they mean that it can happen to you if you do things they do. Hello, my name is Freddie Harris, and I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to do when I go to the 7th grade. I should be promoted because I want to show an example, like running in the halls, starting a whole new life by going to the 7th. And you'll never see me getting in trouble and getting no referrals, paying attention and having good grades. The essay is about my attendance reflection because I've been late a lot, and I know I can get better at coming to school early because I'm starting to wake up at 6 a.m. and getting ready for school. And the next thing is no cursing and making a better example for people to know I'm a good person like me. The attendance reflection is what I'm going to be talking about in the next paragraph. Sometimes because I wake up for a couple minutes and go back to sleep, because sometimes I forget to put cold water on my face. Then in my first period class, Mr. Reitman, I come late sometimes and then early for some reason. After that, I got a lot of energy drinks and drink them to keep me awake from now on. What I'll be doing differently this year, I will be respectful and have good grades and good perspective language. This discipline reflection is what I'm going to be talking about in the next paragraph. Yes, because I almost got into a fight with my friend so I gave up to fight him so I won't get suspended. Then the disciplines that I have are maybe 5 or 6. Of 2009, and I had changed my behavior. Then that my behavior has changed a lot. And it's a new year, and I'm starting to make different actions. What I will do differently next year is make positive decisions and make sure I take responsibility for myself. The capital gains reflection is what I'm going to be talking about in the next paragraph. The benefit of my decisions of capital gains is that direct deposit. I get money that makes me study hard and depending on my school grades, have attentive listening, and then if I get a lot of attention on money, I can't concentrate. After that, the next operation for my capital gains, I save money, but then I take it out on the same day and just spend. What I will do next year is making the following. I will be patient working, don't worry about capital gains, until 2 weeks on Tuesday. Number 3, worry at 3:15 after school. The reading logs and stickers, then the journals reflect, is what I'm going to be talking about in the next paragraph. Yes, sometimes when it's silent reading time on a regular basis, but not at all at the same time, it's easy for me to read because I have excellent vocabulary. The reading helps me is it takes time to sound out words that I don't even know. And now it's just regular words. I know if you practice reading, therefore that my reading stickers are for me being excellent in reading, and my stickers are for throughout the year reading. My journal reflection is that I got a correct spelling. What I will do next year is to read a lot so I can get a lot of stickers and fill out my reading log. My main point about my essay is that everything I know is about my education. And I'm going to do these things to have better effort than this year. Because sometimes I slip and don't catch up. But I be studying hard for my tests, such as ANAT, DC Bass Essay outlines. My 3 main points are, number 1, study hard. Number 2, be best of all. Number 3, be intelligent. My last idea is that I'm going to share and when my friends ask me a good question, I'm going to answer it correctly. In class, be smart and choose to be very good in all my classes. And the second one is my dreams. Number 1, I will be. Number 1, I will tell you about my presentation on the work for all 5 of my classes, and my note cards on the following. B, the products I will present is my history, science, math entry, Spanish, English, cover letter, reflective essay. Number 3, I am ready for the promotion because so I can make progress in the 7th, so I can show ability in my learning during the 7th grade. Number 2, the thing that was hard for me this year was science a little because I'm learning new things, like scientific method and some other things. My grades, reading, etc. means to me that I know how to figure out to acknowledge myself to complete early tasks. Number 3, I will stay on track this year and next year, and so I will try my best on the work I'm doing. I will get back on the track by having attentive listening. Number 3. Yes, I met this standard because I know I passed because I learned everything that I know and put them on tests. That's number 2. I chose that piece of evidence because so I can show you that I'm following direction doing my work. Number 4. Number 1. Yes, I met expectations because I know that I may exceed because of my mind on everything I know. Number 2. It helps me solve problems by showing you the examples of what you need to do. Number 3. I learned prime factorization, GCF, LCM, and other math words. Number 4. Taking my time. Number 2. Reading carefully. Number 3. Do my work. Number 5. Math is like you shooting a ball in a basket. 4. Because I study it and I know it from the back of my head. Thank you. Do you have any more questions?
That's it? Okay, go to science.
This is my entry slip that I did for Mr. Turner. Hi, my name is Freddie Hurst, and I will be presenting evidence and science that justifies my readiness for promotion to the 7th grade. This semester, we have worked on the scientific method, how scientists use it to answer questions, to demonstrate my ability to understand and apply the scientific method. I will be discussing my science project with you. Before I start, allow me to thank you for taking time to listen to me today. The question I was investigating was, does temperature affect germination rate of seeds? My project addresses standard B.1.1, which says, know the elements of scientific methodology. This standard means what the scientific method is and how to use it to complete an experiment or solve a problem. My project meets the standard because I did my hypothesis and my trifold project doing in this experiment. I wanted to find out if temperature will affect how the seeds will turn out. In researching this topic, I discovered that 8 seeds grew for cold temperature, room temperature, and they float slowly. I concluded that temperature does affect how many seeds that does germination. As a result, I determined my hypothesis was right. Know this because the data from my experiment showed that the results from my project was correct, which causes the seeds to affect and grow. And this is my template. And this is the material I used. I gathered my materials. Number 2, I placed 2 damp paper towels in 3 Ziploc bags. Placed 10 seeds in each bag. I put on in the warm area, cold area, and room area. And these are the results that came out. The results for cold temperature and room temperature is that they both grow slowly, and the 22 seeds altogether are excellent because the cold temperature bean pods are crowding it because of the bean species are regulated apart slowly, and the nut shell is stuck. So what I did was let it sit and it'll crack because of its producing well of the icy world chamber. The results for room temperature is that the seeds in it absorbs it quickly because of the fibers